And as we came up across the hill, he coasted at half track, sort of half defended, whilst I decided to stay flat. Went to the inside. As I've arrived at the barrier, he's carried on coming. It all happened very fast, as you know it does. I did see his face as I was hanging upside down. Yeah.
I can see another car. And that is Caio Collet.
I was just going to say, I was noticing that Malucas wasn't getting back to the throttle. I thought maybe he had a problem, but it's because he had seen the accident or heard the call from his spotter. Full course caution.
So the AJ Foyt Racing driver, let's take a look at what happened to him.
He's loose early. He's already yawed about 20 degrees. That's in turn 4 before the bump.
That was a big correction. Normally you're not going in quite at that angle. You're either spinning around and going in backwards.
On board with Scott Dixon, right into the back of Alexander Rossi. Looked like Rossi just slowed down out of absolutely nowhere. Sudden deceleration. I wonder if there was an issue for the ECR driver. Nothing that Dixon could do. Rossi up into the wall.
That is terrifying for Scott Dixon.
Absolutely. What in the world happened to Rossi's car? Was he deciding to pit at the last second?
It didn't look like it.
Did he have a power failure? Did he run out of fuel?
Well, do we have on board from Rossi? Yeah, he's well past the pit commit.
That's strange.
He would have been way drivers left and way slower in that point. He was not trying to angle into the pit lane. I've never seen anything quite like that.
No idea what happened there.
All looked clean through. It looked like a good start. And initially from the elite car, it was going to drag through that Rafa Racing Club car, which it has now side by side with the BMW. Some shortcuts being taken. That'll be hard for race control. Big contact in the background there. The speed car hit from the other Borson Automotive into the middle of the track.
Oh, this is scary stuff. Oh, and it looked like there might have been more contact as well as the stricken Audi found itself in the middle of the field in a big pile up at the back of the pack. Worst case scenario, coming up the hill, unsighted and right in the middle of the field. Immediately we go red flag. You mentioned is in the pit lane. Let's keep an eye on this moment here coming up the hill, Joe.
Yeah, so that second blue BMW. He's trying to get round the Audi, isn't he? We were looking to the front and then just watch that green Audi. There's contact, isn't there? The 11 car just understeers into him, damages that rear left suspension, which sends him back across the track. You'll see it here, that blue BMW, bang, and it just goes light over the hill as well for the 11 car. So no intention, I'm sure, but definitely the 11 car's fault. Watch that contact, spears into the Audi. The Audi now flying across, unfortunately gets drawn back into the circuit. Cars scattering left and right, and some cars doing an amazing job, but then it concertinas up. That was the impact we saw. Then another one. So that Audi's been hit 3 times in the space of 200 meters, and yeah, 6 cars ruled out at the top of Eau Rouge.
James Golding and Nash obviously didn't want to lift out of that. Jimmy probably thought he was clear of Nash, and they've both made, well, heavy contact for Nash, and then it's just caused chaos behind. Adam Garwood, I don't know whether he got hit into Mark Bailey. And
Springs coming out.
And David Malucas, already with a penalty in his pocket for an engine change, has had a big one here in Nashville. Rear of the car completely destroyed.
And unlike all the other issues we've been seeing, this is off of turn 2, guys, not off of that bump in the middle of 3 and 4. And this is a driver everybody had their eyes on coming in here to have a strong weekend. He's leading the oval points right now. Malucas, despite not having won a race yet on the ovals or yet in the IndyCar series.
AMR safety team quick on the scene to have a conversation with Malucas. Let's not forget, this is the same corner where Malucas got into the wall last year. Left here in a helicopter for more checks and observations, and it looks like a pretty big hit. Frankly, I am not surprised one bit that we've got an early crash based on all the onboard footage we saw in the first few minutes as Malucas just loses it low in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Things were looking very sketch out there, James, for McLaughlin, for Marcus Ericsson, for Graham Rahal. Let's watch on board and listen.
Yikes. That's just a loose race car. I mean, there are no real bumps there. He just gets that mid-corner, and it just steps. It doesn't really give him a chance to correct too much. It's not that it was a super dramatic snap in the sense of something breaking in the car. It was a but it wasn't one of the slow, lazy ones like you sometimes see, like the start of that Ericsson moment.
Oh, and the G-Drive car is off. End of the championship aspirations for the Ligier G-Drive car, the 26 car. And Ollie Pla in the barriers
and it's
from the lead, and that's
damage.
gone. That's it. There's no more for that car. This is coming into turn one. He's missed his braking point significantly, or did he have a stuck throttle there?
John,
and he's hammered into the barriers. Let's watch at the top right of the pitch. That looks to me like a stuck throttle.
That's either stuck throttle or failure. We've had a problem with braking for one of the other Ligiers in the European Le Mans Series,
yes.
the TDS car, with that failure at the front. Now, can Ollie Pla get that car back?
No.
I don't think he can.
No, it's too early in the lap.
Oh, oh, good grief.
No.
There's big damage there.
No.
He's got no steering.
No, we've seen this happen just a little bit further down the hill before to a Toyota, if you remember. Full course yellow has had to come out. That right front wheel is causing him all kinds of problems. Ferrari is going to go. It was just coming around the middle part of the circuit, and there's fluid pouring out the back of that car. Started at the left-hand rear and then spread quickly across the back of the car. Bruno Senna clearly could see that. The onboard picture's scary as Wielander's car is out of the race in the biggest way possible. Good news is, and goodness me,
It's a Porsche.
It is a Porsche. And this is coming up the hill. It's the entrance to the pit.
Ferrari in the background, John.
It's the entrance to the pit lane on the left-hand side. It is the 20 car. That is Mark Webber's car at the entrance of the pit lane. And we've seen F1 accidents in this position, and there's not much runoff at all. We mentioned that earlier. The car sits in the middle of the track. Here comes the fire vehicle, and yeah, it's exactly the sort of thing we've seen in F1 when somebody gets the wrong side and gets pushed into the wall. Secondary impact here for Mark as he goes into the wall. That was the
This part of the circuit's where the RX-7 will be strong, right? And here he is. Oh, prepare to rub door handles. This could be big, and it is big. Between Jordan Cox and Marcus Sakanovic, trying to make the move. There's a wheel in the middle of the course, and it was right in the middle of that sweeper. The lightest of touches is all you...
Franco Colapinto was another who sat out FP1 for a junior driver and seemed to pay the price. A mistake on a fast one at the final corner, sending him off track and into the barriers, bringing out the red flags.
The grip level's just absolutely nowhere, and trying to predict it.
Second practice in Spa, and Pierre Gasly collided with the barriers on the exit of turn 30, bringing out the red flags.
Yeah, just absolutely lost it out of nowhere.
Yeah, car going light, starts coming round at him, he's on the long run, and then managed to catch the moment, but the runoff is so minimal.
And Charles Witt's on his toes. Not a good getaway there by Frasinetti in the Audi in contact already. Mayhem breaks out. The Audi comes across the road and demolishes Danny Junqueteur's Mercedes that spins around. Junqueteur just gets it out of harm's way.
So is Frasinetti. They turn themselves around, which then fully wipes out Frasinetti, who then wipes out Junqueteur in their Verstappen.com Mercedes. I don't see where Schiller gets the damage just yet. It must be from Frasinetti whipping back across. For me, there's responsibility of 50% on Rossi, 50% on Frasinetti, and all Italian front row ends in disaster.
Yeah, they kind of pincered across the Porsche, didn't they? And then the Audi got turned around. Junqueteur is the innocent party in that. But that was what scared me, is he came back across the road and he kept his foot to the board to try and drag it off the track.
Yeah, we go on board with Rossi now, and I think Junqueteur purposely does almost a reverse J-turn here. He gets left hand down at some point to flick it back across the track. I believe that.
Reitzel up to second by Silage. Oh, upside down, red flag, your race leader's upside down in turn one. And Tanner Holmes got the right rear in that trench there on the front straightaway, and that is what kind of sent him into that outside wall. Now inheriting the lead is going to be Aaron Reitzel. And Crouch, it looked like him and maybe Darren Dryden had gotten together there, and Crouch was trying to settle the car back down, but a ton of other drivers behind him trying to get up to speed.
Rocket and a stinger into turn number one as Brandon Overton out in front at 76. Well, Randy Weaver, oh, hang on, one hard over in turns 1 and 2, and that is Michael Leach. And that car dug in, and I looked up, and he had massive air as Michael Leach, the Montana driver, in the 09.
He is, as we speak, he is climbing out of the race car. Look at him, with thanks to Busch Light on board Ross Chastain. They've both got the same objective today to get their first win of the season. That's Reddick! Reddick into Jones, both in the wall.
Big ramification when we look at the chase standings later in the day. Let's see what happens, Jeff.
You see right here, the 45 goes to the bottom of the racetrack, and right there, he is loose. Before he gets to the bottom, we've seen it over and over.
Ese día, cuando arrancaba, este grupo pierde el auto allí en la salida de la curva número 1 e impacta, donde, como decimos siempre, no es casualidad que ahí estén las defensas de neumático.
Beto Abarca Jr. lo intentó, lo buscó por todos los medios posibles y veremos cómo lo define el fotofinish, ya que Beto Abarca Jr. también cruzó la meta por el lado de afuera de la pista, pero qué agarrón y un auto en 3 ruedas. Ahí está un visitante extra en el circuito del Rodríguez.
Alors là, par contre, le capot va, ça y est, il en perd des morceaux. Là, Benoît Tréluyer, ça vole, ça s'envole. C'est l'effeuillage de la Marguerite de Benoît Tréluyer. Il tape. Il est parti. Il tape, il est parti. C'était vraiment trop chaud. Incroyable. Ah ben oui, il a modifié l'aéro là.
Might have been slightly unhappy. This is what happened. That was quite a clonk as well.
It was as well, yes, you're quite right, lifting.
Slightly out of alignment coming through here. There you go, there was the snap, and then from that point onwards he was just nothing he could do really. Actually lucky to not stuff it in the barriers, at least save.
And here we can see the 3-2-5 car of Thor Haugen, Ferrari Westlake, going around, doing something of a pirouette, because Thor is able to get the car going again. And there you can see, that's the Dana Goodwin car, isn't it? Yeah. Where we saw earlier on. Absolutely brilliant. And that's how Custodio.
No chance to catch the car.
And you know what? And whoever went around, I think, has got pointed in the right direction once again. So it's Koyeski from Perina, from Cook, and another driver having gone around. I think that's Frank Szczesniak, who does manage to get going again, but something of a chain reaction there because and the safety car was called for. And there you can see the 333 car going out then, and once in the gravel, absolutely stuck there. So Matt Dalton was going to be going no further. And then going around was Thor Haugen, look, in the 325 car. Very good avoidance by all the other drivers. Did he get inch around? Very good avoidance from all the other drivers that were following. Let's see it from here. And that's when you have to make these split-second decisions in terms of whether you go left or whether you go right. And Paolo Scudieri actually making contact there.
Também foi, veio por fora tomar. Olha o Rodrigo Rocha rodando logo na primeira por do Bacião. 2 pilotos fora.
Trazendo aí para os boxes. Teremos Mel Ribeiro, Léo Jacomassi?
Teremos.
Opa!
Acho que teremos.
Ai, que é isso, bicho? Que é isso?
O que aconteceu?
Just got up into it. Maybe the right front, something happened there. And Grigsby just the hit. As he was
pedaling hard into one, and we'll see what happened here, Dustin. Yeah, top of the screen, he got the wall, and then Davenport, man, just clipped him. Take a look at this slope.